You ever wake up, hear the wind in the pines, sip your own damn coffee, and think, this is it, I made it, nothing's ever getting in the way of my peace again? Yeah, well, try telling that to an HOA president with a god complex and a clipboard. You'd think I was exaggerating, but I swear, the war that got dropped on my lap out here in Moore County made my years as a combat medic feel like summer camp. My name's Robbie Goodman, 43, beat up but not broken. Traded the city for 20 acres of woods, 2 retired horses, a barn that's only standing because I braced it with 4x6s and pure stubbornness, and a quiet so thick you can hear your own heartbeat. That's all I wanted. My land, my reles, my sonitai. 6 years ago, I swapped chaos for quiet and spent my days patching the house. Fishing off a dock, I rebuilt myself, and running a little survival blog that somehow convinced folks I'm a cross between MacGyver and Grizzly Adams. You know what's funny? For a good while it worked. Nobody bothered me except the raccoons, and maybe the odd squirrel with a death wish on my generator cables. Then Willow Heights popped up on my north fence, and with it, the HOA to end all HOAs. Sod, speed bumps, monthly dues, and a woman named Karen Beeksley. Picture a face that looks like it's allergic to noise, topped off with helmet hair and a cardigan that probably has its own insurance policy. Clipboards are scepter, rules her Bible. At first, they stayed on their side. But Karen, well, she gets a whiff of nonconformity. She comes running like a bloodhound. First it was letters, then a courtesy visit. I stopped her at the gate, told her the no trespassing sign wasn't decorative. She just blinked at me, said she dreamed of a county where all landowners followed the same standards. I told her I dreamed of a county where people stop naming their dogs after French pastries and learn to mind their own damn business. Honestly, this was supposed to be my 1 week off from thinking about her. My buddies, Troy, Justin, and Cortez, brothers from another lifetime in Afghanistan, drove down for our annual hunting trip. It's mostly grilling meat, drinking bourbon, and arguing about fishing knots. Cortez brought his generator and a satellite uplink, swore it was for fantasy football. We set up the fire ring outside the barn, and by sundown, we were laughing at our own dumb jokes and daring each other to install claymores by the fence for HOA repellent. Next morning, right around sunrise, I'm nursing a mug of coffee, barely awake when my motion sensor chimes by the north gate. Trail cam monitor shows 3 people, 2 guys, 1 woman, coming over my locked fence. Matching polos, clipboards, tablet. Didn't even try to hide. I radioed the guys, told him it wasn't deer this time. In less than a minute, 3 old vets came stomping out like the war never ended. We walk up, 10 feet away. Woman's got her tablet aimed at my barn. One dude's snapping photos of my firewood, others scribbling like he's prepping for a tax audit. Cortez, who treats everything like a mission, tells him to drop the clipboard. The lady, trying to sound official, says under HOA Article 12, they have a right to visual compliance review on any structure within 100 feet of shared boundary. I said, sweetheart, compliance review doesn't beat North Carolina trespass law. And for the record, my land isn't part of your damn HOA. Cortez starts recording. I call the sheriff. Old friend, knows the land, doesn't take crap from anyone. By the time he rolls up, the trespassers are pretending not to be nervous. Sheriff Danvers looks at them, looks at me, and says, let me guess, Karen sent you? The clipboard guy cracks faster than a walnut, admits it. Danvers spells it out. This isn't their community, they're trespassing, and unless I press charges, they'd better get off my land. They scramble back over the fence. One drops the clipboard. Nobody bothers to pick it up. I barely get the chance to finish my coffee before the next act. 10:30 a.m., white Lexus at my gate, Karen herself, pearls gleaming, voice sharper than barbed wire. She's furious the sheriff didn't side with her, claims I'm running a paramilitary compound next to a family community. I let her rant, but when she tries to push her tablet in my face, showing photos of fire hazards, read, kerosene cans for my heater, the gate rattles, Troy steps in to block her, she shoves him, and bam, Cortez gets it all on video. Sheriff pulls up again, sees the footage, tells Karen she's under arrest for trespassing and simple assault. The look on her face, oh, you can't buy that kind of satisfaction. She threatens to call the mayor, the governor, Santa Claus for all I care. Danvers leads her off, calm as ever. By Monday, the videos making the rounds, veterans forums, Facebook, my blog. Local news wants interviews. Karen, though, isn't done. She takes out a full-page ad in the Willow Heights Weekly, accuses me of harboring a militia, claims my barn's a tactical bunker, and calls my generator a mobile signal warfare device. I just about choke laughing. Savannah, my lawyer, former Jag Bulldog, files an emergency addendum for defamation and reputational harm. She tells me, "We'll make sure the judge sees that ad framed in court." Full context. Meanwhile, Karen's own board is sweating. They issue a limp statement about independent actions, but I get my hands on internal emails where Karen brags about patrols and refers to my barn as Sector Blue. Turns out, she even filed a formal request, denied, repeatedly, to annex my property into the HOA. Never told her board. The real twist? We dig into county development maps, and there it is. Willow Heights expansion plan shows my lot smack in the middle of their green space dream. All this nonsense about code violations and dangerous behavior. It's a smokescreen for grabbing my land. She doesn't just want me to stop grilling steaks. She wants the barn, the pond, the woods, the whole damn thing. So Savannah sends a demand letter, then files the big one: trespass, defamation, attempted regulatory overreach, emotional distress, you name it. Karen responds with more drama. A glossy mailer goes out painting us as armed radicals, complete with trail cam photos and lines like concerned community values. What really happened at Sector Blue? I scan it, send it straight to Savannah. She files it as evidence of a coordinated smear campaign. Saturday, they send a so-called zoning consultant in a gray sedan to take photos from the road. I watch him through binoculars while flipping pancakes. He takes one look at us, for veterans, rifles on a rack by the fire pit, and decides it's not his day. Sheriff Danvers confirms he wasn't county staff, just another HOA stooge. Here's the cherry. Savannah gets a leak from inside the HOA. Board member Judith, guess she'd had enough, hands over a memo, Phase 2 integration outline, planning to absorb my land and a half dozen others. That's the nuke. We drop everything: trail cam footage, memos, maps, boundary overlays, on the county board and the press. The Carolina Gazette runs a front-page headline: HOA power grab. Rural veteran fights back. News van starts circling. The HOA board fractures, members tripping over each other to distance themselves from Karen. Finally, Karen comes to the gate with her PR goons, tries to settle, off the record. I laugh. "Lady, I've got 6 trail cams on you right now." She hisses that I'm the real threat, says I'm delusional. Her lawyer offers hush money. I tell them no deal. Then Savannah files the big suit. Attempted annexation, fraudulent documents, emotional distress, $250,000 in damages. The county board calls an emergency hearing. Footage of Karen shoving Troy plays on the local NBC affiliate. Slow MO, dramatic music, the whole 9 yards. The board suspends HOA authority pending investigation, then votes to dissolve its independent enforcement rights. Karen's sitting there, red-faced, staring at the wall as the applause breaks out. Saturday morning, the silence is different. Real this time. No more trespass patrols, no more fake inspectors. Just a fire pit, my friends, coffee in the wind. Then the sheriff calls, "We got a warrant." They raid Karen's house and the HOA office. Turns out, she funneled association funds to hire a PR firm and private investigators. One of her maps, hand-marked, shows a community resource center right where my barn stands. She wanted to erase me. That afternoon, deputies served notice. Karen's charged with trespass, falsifying documents, misuse of funds, assault. I hang the court notice right next to my deed, one more trophy for the barn wall. That night, we grill steaks, pass around bourbon, let Johnny Cash handle the soundtrack. No speeches, no toasts, just the flavor of freedom, earned and savored. Couple days later, county concludes the investigation, finds the HOA's been breaking rules for 2 years straight. Karen gets 3 years probation, banned from serving on any board for life. The HOA dissolves in a public hearing. My property rights stamped and certified. Settlement checks enough to fix the dock, re-roof the house, and maybe finally oil that damn squeaky fence hinge. You'd think that'd be the end. But if you've ever dealt with a power-mad HOA, you know the fight's never really over. I still get emails, what do I do if my HOA comes sniffing around? I tell them, know your deed, know your rights. And if you're lucky, make friends who know their way around a fence line. So what do you think? Where's the line between community safety and private rights? Ever had an HOA nightmare? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear your stories. And if you've made it this far, go pour yourself some coffee, breathe in the silence, and remember, freedom's worth defending every damn time.